Hi, I'm Dr. Edwin Williams, a rhinoplasty specialist here to answer your questions about rhinoplasty surgery. One of the questions I'm asked, now that consumers are more sophisticated, they hear these things like spreader grafts. So what are spreader grafts and how are they used? A spreader graft, by definition, is a very small piece of cartilage that the doctor uses, the rhinoplasty surgeon uses, and it effectively works as a shim. And it goes up in this area here between what we call the nasal septum and the upper lateral cartilage. There's a lot of reasons why we use them. There are some people who have a weak nasal valve, and so we may straighten out the nasal septum, but this also helps to open up the valve, and your doctor should be able to evaluate you and determine whether you're a good candidate for spreader grafts. The other time I use spreader grafts is some of my patients may be wide and very, very narrow and then wide down here. And as we're trying to make the nose much more aesthetically pleasing and more in line and less harsh, we will often narrow the nasal bones, but then bring that area out with spreader grafts. And again, with computerized imaging, we can show patients if they're a good candidate for it. Sometimes I'll use spreader grafts not just for breathing or for contour, but to help straighten out an otherwise crooked nose. In other words, we straighten out the septum, we straighten out the nasal bones, and then we use these spreader grafts to align everything so the nose is built stronger and straighter. I'm going to follow this with a little intraoperative video. We do all of our surgery through the endonasal or closed or scarless approach, whatever you want to call it. I don't use the open approach where we make the incision across here because I think that's much more traumatic. So you can see this video of how exactly I put a spreader graft in. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that I answered a lot of your questions. There's a book that we wrote that basically has every frequently asked question you could imagine. Rhinoplasty, everything you need to know about fixing and reshaping your nose, is available as a PDF download from our website. You can also get the hard copy on Amazon, and all the proceeds of this do go to victims of domestic violence. So thanks for taking the time to watch.